Hi one and all. So in the previous class we discussed about mail plugin and we learned when our requirement is to use mail activities while automating an application, then we have to configure our UiPath Studio with a mail plugin, right? And we learned how to check our UiPath Studio has been configured with mail activities, and then we learned that these are the activities which comes with the mail plugin, right? And then these are the protocols that will be used by the RPA developer depending on the requirement, okay, which comes once again with the or which comes under mail activities. All this we discussed in the last class. Okay, don't worry, practical example I will give you at the end of this chapter. Okay, understand this concept at a high level, then we shall see a practical example in the coming classes. Clear? Okay, now in today's class the objective is we shall learn few more interesting plugins like PDF plugin, and then we shall discuss about web integration at a high level. Okay, then we shall discuss about another plugin, interesting plugin called Excell plugin, and we shall discuss one more plugin called Word plugin, and we shall end the session by discussing about credential management. Okay, these are the objectives of today's class. So first we shall start with an PDF plugin. See, according to the author, PDF stands for Portable Document Format. Okay, the main aim of this format is to make the document platform independent. It seems. It means to understand this, let us take a document. For example, consider this as a document which has a title at the center, okay, and which has a paragraph. Let us say this is paragraph number 1, which has let us say some content inside this, okay, and there is one more paragraph here, okay, which has some content inside it. Okay, let us assume that this title is at line number 2, this paragraph is beginning at line number 4, this paragraph is beginning at line number 14. Okay, let us assume this is a document, and assume that this document has been saved in PDF format, I mean, or with the extension let us say file.pdf. Clear? Okay, see, if assume that this document has been created in your machine which is running Windows operating system. Okay, Windows operating system. Don't worry about the format, like whether you are version specifically, whether you are running Windows 7 or Windows 10. For that matter, let us assume that this document has been created on the machine which is running Windows operating system. If you transfer this document, okay, to another machine which is running an Ubuntu operating system, okay, which is running an Ubuntu operating system, which is an open source operating system, and if the user opens this document on this machine, he or she can able to view the content exactly in the same way. It means he or she can view the title at line number 2 only, and he or she can able to view the paragraph 1 content starting with line number 4 only, and paragraph 2 content, okay, starting with the line number 14 only. See, this is what platform independent means. See, it means if this PDF file has been carried to different machine architectures, and if the user view that document on different machine architecture, the content remains same, or the format that is being used by the document will be fixed. That's what platform independent means. Okay, but this facility will not be given by the Office suite, particularly Microsoft Word. I mean, if the same content has been created, let us assume that using Microsoft Word 2007 version, and you know that that version create a file with an extension .doc. Okay, same, let us take the same example. You have created the same content, but now in this case it's a doc file, not PDF file. Okay, you have placed the title at line number 2 only. Okay, you have placed the paragraph 1 starting with line number 4 only, and you have placed paragraph 2 starting with line number 14 only. But in this case you have created this content using Microsoft Word 2007 version, which will use the extension .doc, file.doc. But if you move this file to another operating system, which is let us take assume Windows only, which is running Windows only, but now it is using a Word of version 2017 or 2020 for that matter, then interesting, that document will display the content, but the format will be changed. I mean, you may find that title at line number 2 only, but not centered aligned, but it may be right aligned. Okay, paragraph 1 may be at line number 5, paragraph 2 may be at line number 20, something like this. I mean, the format of the document will be changed in case of other applications except the PDF. Okay, that's why PDF is nowadays playing a very important role. And the reason why this the format changes, because different versions of the Microsoft Word will have different sets of architecture and specifications or formats. Hence the format of the content will be varied. Okay, will be varied. Clear? And as I said, there PDF comes into action, and it fixes the format across all systems, whether it may be Windows operating system or Ubuntu operating system for that matter. Okay, and usually that's why people whenever they want to send a document from one person to another person or from one place to another place, they will use PDF extensions or PDF documents. Make it simple. Clear? Okay, and if you want to use that facility in UiPath Studio, then you have to install a plugin called PDF plugin. So this plugin will gives the PDF activities for the RPA developer, and these PDF activities can be used by RPA developer to automate the application. That's what the idea here it is. And this PDF plugin or PDF activities is comes with a package called PDF NuGet package. Okay, and as usual, if you want to check whether your UiPath Studio has been configured with PDF activities, just use a keyword called PDF in the filter which comes in the activities panel. If you find PDF related activities, I will show you this PDF related activities under PDF, then you can say that the tool has been configured with PDF plugin. Otherwise, as usual, you need to go to the manage package icon, and then as usual you will get a filter here. Just type PDF here, and if the tool has not been configured with the PDF plugin, obviously you will find an option called install here. And as usual, as I said in the previous classes, make sure that your system has been connected to internet. Then just click, automatically the plugin will be downloaded and it will be configured to the UiPath Studio. So once it has been configured, then you can use the activities which comes under PDF activities. Clear? Okay, the main activities which comes under PDF activities, as you can see here, are read PDF text and read PDF with OCR. I will tell you when you have to use this, As the name itself says, the read PDF text is used to retrieve or extract the text content present in the PDF file. Let us assume this is our PDF file, and there is a text has been written in a sentence wise or in a line wise like this. And if you want to extract this text from a PDF file, then you have to use an activity called read PDF text. Clear? Sometimes you may not able to retrieve or extract all the text present in this PDF file, then obviously you have to change, or you have to choose OCR methods or screen scraping methods like this. Okay, so depending on your requirement, either you can go ahead with the screen scraping, or you can choose the OCR engines, and specifically you can either use Google OCR engine or Microsoft OCR engine, depending on your requirement. We already have seen in the previous classes that Google OCR may provide good results sometimes Microsoft OCR may provide good results sometimes, etc. and so on. Clear? Okay, so when you have to go with the activity called read PDF with OCR, it is very simple. Suppose assume that there is one more PDF file here, but here in this case the PDF file PDF file has an image here, not the text as this case. Now it has an image, and inside this image there is a text here. There is a text here. Remember, text is not present directly on the PDF file. Instead, text is present inside the image, and image has been saved in a PDF file. In this case, if you want to extract or read this text present in the image, then you have to go with an read PDF with OCR activity. Clear? So this is how you have to decide, depending on the requirement, which activity you have to go for. And if you want to suppose assume that there is a Word file, and if you want to export that to a PDF file, then you have to use the activity called export to PDF. We shall see an example for this, as I said, in the coming classes. Clear? So this is about a PDF plugin. Now we shall go, discuss about web integration. Okay, see here we will discuss web integration at a high level, but we will not go in depth about web integration. Clear? Okay, because this area is a vast area. Web integration is a vast area. You will understand in few minutes. See what the author says: creating a web project, example websites, whether it may be a static website or an e-commerce website or business to business portal. That in that case you have to use a wide range of technologies, it seems. For example, you have to deal with database design, networking issues, design, and UIs and user accessibilities issues, and search engine optimization and project management, see, etc. and so on. See, that's why here we will discuss about web integration at a high level, but we will not go in depth about these technologies in this course. Clear? So along with that, you have to deal with other technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax, and so on. Clear? So all this, so web integration, according to the author, is therefore is a connect is what I can say is can be a process of connecting all these technologies and components which will be used for creating web project. That's why it is called as an web integration, or you can treat it is just it's just a package which covers all these technologies or components, and this package can be used for creating web project. Web project means it can be a website, or it can be e-commerce website, or it can be business to business portal, etc. and so on. Clear? So now we shall discuss about some of the methodologies which are used extensively in integrating the web. So we shall go one by one. This is the simplest one, and this is the recent technology people are using for web integration or to develop web applications. Okay, API, then people come up with the XML technology, then SOAP technology, then JSON. See, this also indicates the order in which the technologies has been arrived. First, people developed a mechanism called API, then they go ahead with an XML, SOAP, JSON, and REST. But don't think that now APIs will not be used at all, or XML will not be used at all. So depending on the requirement, people will use or choose either API methodology or XML methodology or SOAP methodology or JSON. Okay, and REST, representation state transfer. As I said, we shall discuss about this at a high level, but we will not discuss about this practically. Clear? Okay. So now we shall start with an API. So application programming interface is quite frequently used, it seems, while developing web applications. And remember, the main use of API is it allows a software or a program or web application to interact with other software or web applications, it seems. It is very simple. See, let us assume that this is one software, okay, running on a machine, let us say M1, and there is one more web application or a software running under machine M2, and if you want to establish a communication between this system to this system, or system in the sense means from this application to this application, and or this application to this application, then you can go ahead with an or use a mechanism called API, it seems. So that is the main use of API. That's what the author is telling. And here, see here, UiPath Studio works both the ways, it seems. Okay, it means it can automatically extract data from one application and passes it to web service, means it can extract the data from this application and pass it as a web service, or pass it to a web instance, make it simple. And it can also retrieve the data from web service, I mean from this application through web, and it can pass that data as an input to this application instance. That's what I said. Make it simple. The bottom line is API allows applications to communicate with each other, it seems, with each other. Clear? But remember, this also uses network component. Clear? Okay. So that's what the bottom line is the easiest way to connect two applications or systems over the internet, it seems. Clear? So then what they did, people come up with a mechanism called XML, which stands for Extensible Markup Language, which is based on Hypertext Markup Language. The main aim of XML is to store and transport the data, it seems, from one machine to another machine, or from one application to another application. Clear? But remember, the difference between XML and HTML is XML is self-descriptive in nature, and it works in independent fashion. Particularly, it is software independent, it seems, and hardware independent also. Means, as I said, the main aim of XML is to store the data and to transport the data from one machine to another machine, okay, in a independent manner. That's what it says. There is an example over here. This is a simple piece of code which is an example for XML. See here, it is self-descriptive. See, it is saying that you are talking about message object, and this too is an attribute of the message. From is one of the attribute of the message, and subject is another attribute of the message, and message body is another attribute of the message. Finally, you are ending the message object. See, it is self-descriptive. So if someone looks at this at a high level, they can understand that, oh, they are talking something about message has been ended here. And what are this? What are to, from, subject? They are nothing but the children's, or you can treat this as attributes of the object message in terms of object oriented programming. Clear? So that's what the advantage of XML. As I said, I won't go in depth about XML. At a high level, I have taught you, and I have given a simple example that XML is an self-descriptive, and it's used to store the data. See, it is actually storing the data about the message here. So and it can be also be used to transfer this data from one machine to another machine. Okay, so that if you transfer this to another machine, the another machine can able to understand about the message. That's what the idea it is. Clear? Then what the people did, they come up with a new protocol called Simple Object Access Protocol, which is basically based on XML. I mean, internally the SOAP is using XML itself in order for successful communication. Clear? And there are many advantages of SOAP. As I said, it is used as a communication protocol, which is used to establish a communication between from one machine to another machine over the internet. And SOAP internally uses HTTP protocol, and it can be used for broadcasting a message also. Obviously, it is platform independent, language independent. Okay, SOAP is the XML way of defining. As I said, it's based on XML. Okay, and XML is used to, as I said, is to store the data, and it is self-descriptive in nature. And SOAP enables client application to easily connect to remote service and invoke remote methods. SOAP can also be used in variety of messaging systems. So don't worry at a high level, make it simple. SOAP is a protocol which is used, basically it's a messaging protocol which is used to exchange information between computers. And remember, it is XML based, or make it simple, it internally uses XML for communication. Clear? Then people come up with a still better mechanism or methodology called JSON, which stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It's actually lightweight, it seems, compared to SOAP. Lightweight data interchange mechanism. And remember, it does not use XML for data exchange. Instead, it uses a textual format. Okay, specifically a key value pair format. It is also self-describing. Clear? and it is very easy to understand, it seems. Remember, but it is not XML based, but it is key value pair. And advantage is, if you exchange the data, for example, the data can only be text, as I said, textual mode. JSON is text based, key value pair, and we can convert any JavaScript object into JSON itself and vice versa. For example, assume that there is a client machine here which is actually has a JavaScript object, let us say an employee, which has an attributes like name, then what I can employee ID, like this. So if there is an object of an employee in the client machine, and if you want to send this employee object to the server machine, so this employee object will be converted to a textual form, I mean key value pairs, like employee name is equal to ABC, ID is equal to so and so. That is nothing but a JSON format, and this JSON format will be communicated over the internet and it will reach the server machine, and this textual format key value pair will be extracted again back to the JavaScript object, which is called as an employee only, which will have name and ID, etc., and so on. Clear? So that's what your author is telling. We can also convert JSON received from the server into JavaScript object and vice versa, as I said. Clear? That's about JSON. And last but not the least, there is one more interesting architectural style or specification which is usually used for designing, again, web application or network application. This REST stands for representational state transfer, which is an advanced version compared to SOAP or compared to JSON. So remember, the World Wide Web itself is based on HTTP protocol, and it is an example for REST based architecture. Means World Wide Web is actually using REST specifications or architectural style, internally to provide the service. Clear? And RESTful application, as I said, it uses HTTP protocol, means HTTP request, HTTP response protocol will be used, and it is very simple and fully featured. Okay, don't worry about that, about the web services. Okay, anyhow you will learn in the coming semesters, but make it simple. REST architecture can also be used to build web services. Okay, for at a high level, I'll give an example for web services to better understand about REST architectural style. Let us assume that there is a service here, or make it simple. Assume that you want to perform a task called addition of two numbers, and you have created two numbers, let us say x and y, and you want to get the sum of this x and y, I mean x plus y. Let us assume that the sum operation, you don't know how to perform sum operation, so you have obviously two ways. Either you can scratch your head and you can write the logic to perform sum between x and y by your own, or else you have to search the web and see whether there is someone who is providing some service, Okay, this is called web service. So that is a service which is given by the provider, which will be ready or which will be there inside the web. So that's why it is called as a web service. Now this person or you, what you can do, you can contact this service, and you will come to know that you have to pass two numbers x and y in this case as an input to this service, and this service will return sum as a result. Now just receive the return value and print the sum. That's what the web service will do. Clear? I hope you understood about web service to some extent. Clear? That's about web integrations. We learned different technologies. As I said, we will not discuss those technologies in depth. We learned about these technologies with simple examples at an high level. I hope you understood that. With that hope, I am continuing with other interesting plugins called Excel plugin and Word plugins. We shall go first with an Excel plugin. Okay, so I hope you have already have used Excel application, which usually create file with .xls or .xlsx in a higher version of or recent version of Excel applications. See, usually Excel applications are cell based application, it seems. Means you can create an Excel file usually which will have columns here and rows here. So we call this is one cell. You can just drop the values in the cells 1, 2, 3, and you can put a formula in this cell which can calculate the sum of these numbers. That's what here they are telling that cell based calculation means. Okay, clear? That's what here they have mentioned. It consists of rows and columns. You go through the slide later on, so just I'm explaining what is there in the slide here itself. Okay, then if you want to use that feature in UiPath Studio, then obviously you have to make sure that your UiPath Studio has been configured with Excel activities. So it will be pre-installed, it seems. If it is not been installed, okay, then you have to install manually. How to check whether it has been installed or not? It is very simple. Again, use a keyword called Excel and type this keyword in the filter box in the activities panel. If you find Excel related activities, then you can say that your UiPath Studio has been configured with the Excel activities. Otherwise, go to the manage package icon as it is. Use the search filter here, type the keyword Excel here and see what you will get as a result. Okay, if the UiPath Studio has not been configured with an Excel plugin, then obviously you will find install option here. Just click on that. Automatically it will be downloaded and it will be configured to the UiPath Studio. But make sure that your system has been connected to the internet. Clear? And there is one more interesting plugin called Word plugin. As the name itself says, it is used whenever you want to use with or deal with the Word applications or specifically Microsoft Word, then you can go ahead with a Word plugin. So Microsoft Word is available for Windows as well as Mac operating system, it seems. And you are familiar with the Word features, like it will have inbuilt dictionary which will check the spelling, and you can make the text as bold, underline, italic, strike, and you can align the page content, right? So I won't go in depth about this. These are nothing but some of the features that you will get with the Microsoft Word. Okay, and if you want to use the Microsoft Word activities, then you need to make sure that that Word of activities has been installed or configured in the UiPath Studio which you are using. So as usual, you can either check manually. If you want to check manually, simply search for the keyword called Word in the activities panel. Okay, if you find the Word related activities, then no problem. Your tool has been configured with the Word activities. Otherwise, go to the manage package, click on manage package icon. You will get this window and type the word here in the filter box and go through the result and follow the same steps as I said in the previously. Clear? So last topic under this chapter is called credential management. As the name itself says, so these credential management activities used to deal with credentials like username and password. Okay, are the examples. That's what the author is telling, that in the Windows operating system you can view your network login credentials like username and password by using credential manager, it seems, which comes with credential management. Clear? So with the help of UiPath Studio, you can automate the process of creating, manipulating, deleting credentials using credential activities, it seems, which again comes with credential management. So which are the activities? So these are the credential activities, like add credential activity. As you can, as the name itself says, you can add the credential activity for use in your project. Or you can get the credential activity. As the name itself says, this activity is used to store the username and password for future use. Okay, and you can also check whether the credential is valid or not. Okay, then there is one more credential activity called request credential activity. As the name itself says, it's used to display the credential activity. Okay, or request the credential activities from the user. So that's what the author is telling, that see here, this activity is used to display a dialog box to a user asking them about their credentials. That's what this activity will request the credential from the user, and it then stores the username and password in the string variables which can be used later on. Clear? Okay, and there is one more activity called delete credential activity. As the name itself says, this activity is used to delete the credentials that you already have saved. Clear? So don't worry about the practical implementation of the plugins or I can say credential management. We shall see anyhow practical examples for this in the coming classes. Clear? So finally we reached the end of this chapter, and there is one more concept called extensions. Extensions, we already have learned about extensions. Have you remembered Chrome extension or Firefox extension that we already have used in the previous classes? So extensions are nothing but small programs which actually adds functionality to your current applications. So clear? Okay, we already have learned about extensions also in the previous classes. So the summary of this chapter is, we learned about plugins, like PDF plugin we have learned, then terminal plugin we have learned, mail plugin we have learned, then Excel plugin we have learned, Word plugin we have learned, and extensions like Firefox extension, then Chrome extensions, and Java plugin we have learned. See, all these plugins, what actually they will do, they will actually add extra functionality to your applications very easily. Clear? And like this, even in future, some other plugins people may have come up with, and if you want to use those new plugins in future, exactly, you have to follow the same what I can say ideas that we have discussed in this chapter to go ahead with or to deal with the new plugins. Clear? So with this I will end the session. So if you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you please ask me. So as I said, in the coming classes we shall see practical examples for some of the plugins that we have covered in this chapter in the coming classes. So thank you one and all.